Houthis launched drone attacks against Saudi Aramco facilities. If you watched my last oil and gas news video, I said Houthi rebels are going to bomb Saudi oil facilities because Putin is pulling the strings. Listen, and then 2 days later, here we are. Putin has been scratching Iranian backs for years, teaching them how to skirt the sanctions of the U.S. Okay. And Iran has sold oil disguised as Russian oil and Russian imports and what have you, allowing Iran to continue. All right. And so here's the deal. The Houthi rebels are bombing key Saudi oil facilities because they are at war. Okay. You're not seeing this in the news near as much as you are seeing what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening with other things in America, because quite simply, this makes Biden look like an idiot. Okay. He's having to go to Saudi Arabia and beg for oil. And this causes a tremendous amount of instability for oil prices. And so the more we talk about this, the higher oil prices are going to go. But the Biden administration is using the media for damage control. Okay. Yemen's Houthi militia have claimed responsibility for a fresh attack against Saudi Aramco oil facilities in Jeddah and other vital energy facilities in Jazan, the second of such cross-border missile attacks against Riyadh in less than 24 hours. We announced that we launched a barrage of ballistic missiles at the Aramco oil facilities in Jeddah and other vital energy facilities in Jazan. Meanwhile, the Saudi Energy Ministry said on Sunday that its oil facilities have undergone 3 drone attacks in the past 24 hours. The first attack took place on Saturday, targeting the petroleum products distribution terminal in Jazan. The other 2 drones attacked a natural gas facility and oil refining factory, respectively, in Yanbu. The Saudi ministry said the attacks caused a fire in Jeddah's oil facilities, but there were no casualties. Right now, WTI crude is $109 and Brent crude is $114 a barrel. Okay. Now, this is interesting. Saudi Arabia says it won't take blame for oil shortages after facilities hit by Houthi rebels. And so, in other words, listen, I know everybody's begging me for more oil. Biden, I know you're attacking me and saying that I'm an oil dictator and I'm controlling oil prices. And by me not increasing my oil outputs, it's causing an increased oil price. Okay. What he's saying here is like, listen, I'm being attacked. I am under attack. And this is the fault. This is why I can't increase output. Okay. And so here's what happened. You got to understand the history of Saudi Arabia and America. Okay. Now, back in the 70s under Richard Nixon, we didn't have enough oil. We were reliant upon Saudi oil. Without Saudi Arabia, our country would come to a standstill. Okay. And so we made a deal with Saudi Arabia. Say, listen, we will protect your oil assets. Okay. But you have to give us this favor in return. You must sell your oil in U.S. currency. And that day, the petrodollar was born, making the U.S. currency the most powerful currency in the world and putting our central bank in every country except for North Korea and Cuba. And so every time Russia had to buy Saudi oil, they had to convert their ruble to U.S. currency, then they bought it. Every time China bought oil from Saudi Arabia, they had to change their yen to U.S. currency to buy it, making our currency the most demanded currency in the world and allowing us to where our fiat currency didn't have to be backed by gold anymore. That's how it became a fiat currency. And that's why we're able to spend, and we don't have near the inflation other countries would have. Okay. Now, fast forward, we became foreign oil independent. We became a net exporter of oil and gas. We started producing 13 million barrels a day, and we pretty much told Saudi Arabia, you know what? Go after yourselves. We don't need you anymore. And we started pulling our military away from Saudi Arabia, going against the original agreements of selling oil in U.S. currency. And our currency is so widely demanded that we don't need Saudi Arabia to back it anymore. And so they've made threats. They made threats to start using different currencies or allowing other people, and it didn't affect the currency at all. It didn't matter. And they see that they don't have power over currency anymore. And so you look at what happened in Libya back in 2000. Libya tried to prop up their own currency, the dinar, and we sent our troops in and we destroyed the country, and we installed a central bank taking down their banking systems. Guys, I'm telling you, the Federal Reserve is powerful. And so Saudi Arabia is pissed at the U.S. government for not backing them, for not supporting them. And and they're just saying, you know what, listen, if I can't protect my own oil facilities, you can't get more oil. And so Putin and the Houthi rebels are working together to keep oil prices propped up, because there's a saying, and I just heard somebody on the news say this. I think it was Trump. He said, during war, there's 3 key things to keeping the war going: money, money, and more money. And without high oil prices, Putin cannot afford this battle. But just recently, China is backing Russia, and Biden is sitting at the table on what he should do about it. Should we sanction him? What should we do? But we can't afford to sanction the Chinese, because they are an integral part of the country's economy. And so China knows this. And China is backing Russia quite simply because China needs energy and Russia needs money. And they both come together, creating a powerful dynamic force. All right, guys, I'm Sean Pruitt, president of Kingdom Exploration. I'm going to keep an eye on this thing. There's going to be more bombs dropped. Oil prices are continue to stabilize and continue to grow with all the pressures that are happening in Middle East, with everything that's happened in Ukraine. I'm telling you guys, this is the most exciting time to be in the oil business. All right, guys, we'll talk soon. Thanks.